Hello everybody and welcome back to the Ron's Pies weekly update. It's a little weird saying my channel name out loud because it's intentionally a wrong pronunciation of my real last name, but regardless, welcome back, thank you for being here, and on this episode of the weekly update, I'm going to be talking about Game of Thrones once again. I'm going to be talking about a game I've been playing that is probably in the thumbnail, and I want to give an update about some of the things I'm working on the channel. I don't want to give things away because I kind of want things to be a surprise when they hit, but I do want to give any viewers of this an idea of what I'm doing in the future, so it's not just, I don't know, waiting in the void for maybe something to show up. So first of all, I'm going to start, as I plan on doing from now on, with a video game, and I have been playing the ever-loving shit out of Yakuza Kiwami 2. Yakuza is a series that's very near and dear to me. It's something that I don't really think about too often until I'm playing one. It kind of just falls out of my mind until I realize how much I enjoy playing Yakuza. And I've played every single Yakuza game except for... I've played every mainline one except for 3. And I'm currently working through Kiwami 2. And I never played the original 2 on PS2 because those are hard to get and I'm not sure I would enjoy them because 4 onward kind of spoiled me, but I'm really enjoying it. The Dragon engine that was introduced in Yakuza 6 is so good. It's so nice having more free-flowing combat and less loading screens, just prettier graphics overall. I gotta say though, I still enjoy Yakuza 6 more than Kiwami 2. I think Kiwami 2 has a few issues with pacing. It's jam-packed with stuff to do, but I feel like a lot of the selling points of look how much stuff there is to do, it feels like padding sometimes. Like with the clan creator, with the cabaret clubs, with the bouncer missions, stuff like that. A lot of them feel very grindy, and it feels a little it feels like the length of the game was a bit artificially inflated, and I don't mind grinding away in a Yakuza game because the gameplay is so solid, but it has kind of hampered my long-term enjoyment of the game. But I think Yakuza is special for just those early moments when you're just getting used to everything and how it works. So I remember Yakuza 0 specifically, the first 2 hours of the game are just dynamite, because if you've never played a Yakuza game before, you're just taking so much, there's just sensory overload, there's just so much going on, and there's so much to point a finger at and go, that's friggin' awesome. So, and Yakuza Kiwami 2, I think, suffers a little bit coming after Yakuza 6 because of that, because you kind of have all those moments in Yakuza 6. The same way Kiwami 1 kind of suffered from coming after 0, Kiwami 2 kind of suffers coming after 6. And speaking of Yakuza 6, it is a bit jarring returning to Kiwami 2 after concluding the main arc in 6, because you suddenly have to remember, like, crap, what happened in 0 and Kiwami? What happened in the last 2 games? I don't remember. So there's a lot of catching up you have to do and a lot of remembering. But once you get into the groove of things, it's nice. I still think Kiwami 1 has a more interesting vibe to it. I think Kiwami 2 doesn't do a ton to really exude 2006 era Japan. I thought Kiwami 1 felt much more like you would expect a mid-2000s Japan to feel like, just like how Yakuza 6 represents a modern Japan and Yakuza 0 represents an 80s Japan. Kiwami 2 is just kind of a Yakuza game. But like all Yakuza games, it's good, and I really like it. I plan on platinuming it, if that's any indication of how much I'm enjoying it. But I do have my issues with the pacing and with, I don't know, personally, just coming back from 6. That's all. But that's really all I wanted to say about Kiwami 2. I really recommend it. It's coming out on PC this week, I believe, on Thursday, I think. So, and I believe 0 and Kiwami are already on PC, so there's not really time to catch up if you want to play Kiwami 2 right when it launches on PC, but I do recommend catching up, and I think starting with 0 and going through Kiwami 1 to Kiwami 2 is the best way you should do it. And the remasters of 3, 4, and 5 should be coming relatively soon. I'd predict by the end of the year if I was a gambling man, but Yeah, I think playing them in order is what I would recommend to people. But it is also hard because when you finish Kiwami 2, it's like, well, I want to keep playing, and 3, 4, 5 are on PS3 and 6 is out there. It's like, do I just skip to 6? Do I go back to the PS3? Do I just wait for the remasters? It's a little difficult. So I really hope they announce the release date of that 3, 4, and 5 remastered trilogy soon. But yeah, that's it for games. I haven't really played a whole lot else. I'm trying to think, what have I played other than that? I guess I've been playing Battlefield 5, but there's not really a lot to talk about there. I've mostly just been kind of doing the Tides of War challenges. Gran Turismo Sport, been, I don't know, grinding away at that, but that's about it for games. Next, I want to talk about Game of Thrones briefly. I still want to keep this thing a little short. I'm already at like 6 minutes. So I just kind of want to briefly touch on this recent episode, episode 4 of season 8. Very divisive episode. Not a lot of people. They were kind of. I saw a lot of opinions on both camps, either loving it or hating it. I was kind of in between, where I enjoyed the episode. I enjoyed parts of the episode, but I thought there were specific moments that were super weak. And I'm not going to spoil anything major. But I thought some of the conversations between a couple key characters about a key plot point, if you know what I'm talking about, I thought those two characters' interactions were awesome. I really like Jon's dynamic with Arya and Sansa and Bran. I think those four together is just dynamite. But there were just a lot of weird, brain-dead decisions from a lot of characters in this episode that it's like you should have seen that coming. Stuff like there's a lot of that where it's just like, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you see that? Why didn't you do this ahead of time? There's a lot of that in this episode, and I think that's just a mark of bad writing. I think good writing is when you've accounted for every issue or alternative someone might have for a specific situation. That's something I struggle with some of my own creative and fictional writing is, well, what's stopping this character from doing this? You need those kind of countermeasures. And I didn't feel like this episode had any of those. It felt like a lot of the stuff just happened. But yeah, that's how I feel about that. I liked it. I wouldn't call it a great episode, but I liked it anyway. That's really it for entertainment talk of like stuff I've been consuming. This episode of Weekly Update is definitely meant more toward updating the channel, even though I'm only going to spend 4 minutes on it, whereas I spent 8 minutes on everything else pretty much. As you may have noticed, you might be a new subscriber, you might not be. I have videos running on GameStop TV, and what that means is that when you walk into a GameStop, there is a decent likelihood that you will see my face on the TV screen in GameStop. And every month, at the beginning of every month, throughout the month, one of my videos will be playing throughout the entire month. So, since it is now May, my May video is up, and it's all about E3. I love E3. I'm going to talk more about E3 in the future. Hopefully I can react to things at E3, but I'm not going to be talking about that yet. And speaking of reactions, this Thursday there will be a new PlayStation State of Play event, or presentation, I guess, and there will also be a Ghost Recon reveal event. And I hope to react to both of those, but the reactions will not be live on Twitch or YouTube because my current setup doesn't really allow that. I'm still just using my MacBook from 2013. It's kind of hard. It's like I can't even stream from it because it just crashes everything. So if I were to do that, I would need a new PC, and that's just something I can't afford right now. So for now, I'm just going to be reacting to it, publishing those reactions later on Thursday. They won't be live. Please forgive me, but hopefully the reactions themselves will be interesting enough to warrant that as an apology. Other than that, I don't want to say how many videos I have planned because that kind of like, I don't know. I'm working on a few videos. I'm working on scripts right now. That's all I'm really doing right now. I just want to give you an update on that. Don't expect a new meaty top 10 or video essay this week. I am working on a top 10 and I am working on video essays. Multiple, in fact. But I'm still in the script writing phase. I'm still researching. I'm still, I don't know, getting as much context as I need so I can write the dang thing. I'm taking my time, gathering ideas, gathering inspiration, consuming the things I want to talk about. But I will give a little tease. One of the essays is about something I referenced earlier. And I won't say what it is, and if you care enough to find out, then bravo. But yeah, that's, a top 10. There's for sure a top 10 in the works, and there are at least 2 video essays that I'm currently writing the scripts for, that I'm currently in the pre-production process of. So be excited for those. I hope to have at least one of those out within the next 2 weeks. So please be excited. And with that, we're past 10 minutes. So I just want to say, hopefully we're still recording because my camera has a weird cutoff. I just want to say thanks for watching, and I know these videos are a little informal, a little impromptu, a little non-professional, but I still want to give an insight into what I'm doing. I want to get my voice out there in some way, so I'm not just ghosting my own channel. And hopefully you enjoyed my perspective on things. I know it wasn't too deep or too critical, but again, this is purely an update as to what I'm doing. It's not meant to be super long because of my camera cut off, and I should probably stop talking now before I get cut off involuntarily. So thank you for watching. Please be excited for future projects.